Hello YouTube, Helsinki Rocks AGF here, again with another collection video. This time I'm going to be looking at my Sega consoles up to the Saturn and my games for them. Start right off with the Sega Master System. Unfortunately, I don't own a Master System. It's one of the few systems I still want to get, but I do own a couple Master System games that I've just found out at flea markets or whatever. First one, it's a classic, Afterburne. Enduro Racer. Like I said, I don't own a Master System, so I can't really comment on any of these. And Rocky. So that will move us on to the Sega Genesis, or the Mega Drive if you're from Japan or PAL territories. You have the 6-game cartridge Miniser for the Sega Miniser. I don't have one. I tried using my other Sega light gun, but it did not work with it, even on my CRT TV, so I don't know if it has to be Miniser or if my gun doesn't work, I'm not sure. The first, Ecco the Dolphin. A really hard game, and a game I've never gotten very far in. For the 3D Classics version is much easier. Fatal Fury. 2D fighter. I'm not a big fan. I definitely prefer Street Fighter, I think. Primal Rage, another 2D fighter, and this is also one of those Genesis games that comes in a red cardboard box like this, and I hate these. These are awful after the awesome clamshell cases. Rocket Knight Adventures, awesome 2D platformer for the Sega Genesis. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I need to. I heard it's a really great game, and from what little bit I have played of it, it is a great game. I'm going to knock these last ones off here really quick. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'll talk about those two first. The first two Sonic games are probably my favorite 2D Sonic games. Probably my two favorite games on the Genesis. I think Sonic 1 is my favorite of them. Sonic 2 is also awesome. They have great music, great level design, and definitely to me were the peak of 2D Sonic. Now when we get into Sonic 3, I'm not a big fan of Sonic 3. I used to not like Sonic and Knuckles, but I'll talk about that game when I get over to it. But Sonic 3 is just a game I have a lot of problems with. The music isn't as good. The level design is cluttered and messy and unfocused, and it's just not a very fun game. I never have fun playing Sonic 3. Sonic 3 feels like a chore. The levels are too long, they're not fun, they're bland, they're boring, and like I said, the level design is a mess. Not a great game, unfortunately. Sonic and Knuckles, also one of those games that comes in a weird red box. I used to think similarly of, because I hadn't played it enough. But having played more of Sonic and Knuckles, I actually think Sonic and Knuckles is a lot better than Sonic 3. I understand they were supposed to be one game, but I'm glad they're split up, because if I would have had to play through Sonic 3, I would have never saw Sonic and Knuckles. A fantastic game. Not as good as Sonic 1 or 2, but a little bit better than Sonic 3 for sure. And then, I don't even want to show this game off, because ew, Sonic 3D Blast. Not a good game. Let's put that back over on the shelf. And now we'll talk about the Sega 32X. Again, I don't have a 32X. I want one, but I found a game for cheap and I got it. The Star Wars arcade game. I hear it's alright. Not wonderful, but it was really cheap. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for it, so I couldn't pass it up. That moves us on to the other Sega Genesis add-on, the Sega Cd. I only have one complete game for it, and that is the second Ecco the Dolphin game, Ecco 2, The Tides of Time. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to play it because I took my Sega CD home, and I put the disc in, and then I turned the power on, and it came on for a second, and then the fuse blew. So I paid $50 for a Sega CD, and I've got to play it about 20 seconds. I do plan on fixing it, I just haven't got around to doing it yet. But I do have a couple of loose Sega CD games that I picked up with it also. They're in this binder here, and they are Sewer Shark, and thanks to the Angry Video Game Nerd, I picked up The Adventures of Willie Beamish. That'll move us on to the Saturn, and that's where we're going to wrap this video up. We have here first Black Dawn. Now, a lot of these Saturn games are really expensive boxed, and this still has a sticker on it that I never took off. I haven't played too much of it, but I believe it to be a 2D shooter. Oh, it's a 3D shooter, sorry. And now the case is falling apart. These Saturn cases are junk. They break, and they're not worth trying to collect. But they all do add a lot of value to the games. Croc, a 3D platformer. It's not really good. Survival horror game D. I believe this game's like 2 or 3 hours long because the in-game time limit is 2 hours, I think, or 2 or 3 hours, whatever it is, and you have to beat the game in that time. So it's a really short game, despite being 2 discs. A lot of cinematics. I think it was kind of groundbreaking at the time, but in 2015, this game is just kind of silly. There's a sequel on the Dreamcast. From id Software, Hexen, by the creators of Doom, of course. I haven't played this one much, so can't really comment on it, but the manual's falling out. Next up is one of my favorite games on the Saturn. Probably anyone who owns a Saturn, it's probably one of their favorite games also. Nights into Dreams, and down here, which I can't get out right now, is also the 3D controller. A fun, fantastic, and well-made game. Probably one of the best games on the Saturn in general. I can't say too many good things about this game. Like, I can't say enough. The sequel on the Wii is okay, but it's not as good as the original. Next up, a game I loved playing as a kid, not on the Saturn, but I played other versions. Rampage World Tour. When I found out there was a Saturn version, I had to get it because I love this game and I love my Saturn. So, classic beat 'em up, just go around destroying everything kind of game, and a really awesome version here on the Sega Saturn. And this game seems like a joke when you first look at it. Street Fighter 2, the movie, the game. I'm not even joking you right now. Street Fighter 2, the movie, the game. It's Street Fighter 2, but with Mortal Kombat graphics. I mean, it's okay, but you should just play real Street Fighter, especially on the Saturn. My last complete Saturn game, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And I can't really say much about it. It's Mortal Kombat 3. I'm not a big fan of Mortal Kombat, but it's nice to have it on the Saturn. And then we'll wrap this video up by looking at my loose Saturn games. Most of the time, I don't go out of my way to buy complete Saturn games like I do for other systems, just because Saturn games are so expensive complete, especially in America. So if I can get a game that I want loose on Saturn, I will. Don't have that many here. Christmas Nights into Dreams, which is a sampler, and I believe this is not extremely common. It's just a demo version of Nights with a Christmas theme. You can unlock Sonic and play Sonic, and the boss is replaced with Eggman. Cyber Speedway, a Wipeout kind of F-Zero game, featuring music by the Bygone Dogs. It's not awesome, but it's okay. Daytona USA. I believe there was an upgraded version of this on the Saturn later on. You should probably get that one. Doom. Forgot I had this one. An awesome first-person shooter. The granddaddy of them all, really. If you haven't played Doom, you probably should. Sega Rally Championship, which is an awesome Saturn game. There's not a whole lot of going on in this game. I think there's only 2 or 3 cars and I think maybe 4 or 5 tracks, but this game is so much fun to play. It's a blast, a perfect arcade racer. And we have an enhanced port of Sonic 3D Blast. It's Sonic 3D Blast, just like on the Genesis. I'm not even going to talk about it. And last but not least, Virtua Fighter Remix, which is an updated version of the original Virtua Fighter from the Sega Genesis. It looks a lot better, trust me. And that's my Sega collection up into the Saturn. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.